Hello and welcome. This is a very wet woodland. It's on a slope with springs all around. And look at this bark. I found a little vein of my favourite fungus. Obviously it's eating away this branch here. And up to here, that's quite a long way. It loves damp, because I've certainly found it in damp places, and if you listen, can you hear the running water? That's not a stream as such, that's water running off the side of the hill. But let's go down there. Let's go down there. Okay, so I suggest you go to the toilet. But if we look up there, let's see if we can get it. Yeah, you see, there we go, in the middle of the frame there. I know it's not very clear, but that's one that's coming down, and then by the side of that tree, and then to the left of that is this. That's coming down. And then we also have this one, it's joining, and they're joining. Whee! It's so wet in these woods. That's joining there and going down here. And then part of the actual path, there's a bit of a dam here, it's obviously where people try and travel over. Now I'm going to try and cross this. Here's a horrible looking fungus I don't think I've ever seen before. Look at that. Now that looks like the kind of fungus that will only grow in damp woodland. And that's going right the way down. I know we're not in the wilds of Canada or anywhere, but you know, this is England. Now I've come quite a way down the hill, look. But I'm not going to go much further, but there's the stream still going down there, and there's another one just in here. It's only small, but it's another one that's going to flow on down to meet it. Look. There. So that's going to flow on down to meet it. And for those of you who don't know much about this, it's so easy to tell that this is a wet woodland. I mean, look, those ferns, the dragon's tongue, and also the other one. And oh look, some grass has actually survived. And here, some more scarlet elf cups, they're called. Elf cups or elf caps. I call them elf cups because they look like you could drink out of them. But if you also look, I mean, look at the amount of ivy. The ground is covered in moss. You see it better up here. Look, the ground is moss basically. All that green, obviously aside from the ferns, it's all moss. And there's the top. Okay, so we're going to climb back up now. And you see here it's a bit lighter. And not quite so wet. There's a nice patch of dragon's tongue. I'm tempted to go up and see the lovely oak. Well, meet Grandfather Oak. He did have a lovely piece of ivy up the side. Obviously the ivy's partially caused some of the damage to the branches, but at the same time they seem to live quite well. And I think if we go closer, this is a way into fairyland, but the dark wet fairies live in there. And here, hanging on that tree, is a bat box. Fantastic. Bats in the wood. I used to live in this wood and I had a caravan, and one day I went out to empty something, left the door open a little bit. It was night time, it was dark, left the door open, and winter. I left the door open a little bit, went out, did what I had to do, came back in, shut the door, went to the far end, sat down, and I sort of glimpsed this shape flying about. And I looked up and there was a bat in my caravan flying from end to end. Amazing. Yeah, great feeling. A bat in my house flying around and above my bed. I mean, literally, I could touch it. I've been in this woodland at 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of the night when there was a foot of snow on the ground. I got completely lost and it was quite scary actually. Amazing how much snow can destroy all of your landmarks so quickly. Being alone in a wood in the middle of nowhere, knowing no one else is about. It's a fantastic feeling. And everything white. And not a thing many people would do, go off alone in the woods in the middle of the night. You see that fungus in there? I'm not sure what kind of bracket fungus that is, but It is one. Okay, now let's find a way out of here. I mean, it's bad enough having to walk up a slope, but walking up a wet slope takes twice, 3 times as long. Okay, those of you unfamiliar with traversing steep wet ground, zigzag down it. Don't try and go straight down, because very often that'll lead to trouble. But zigzag, and that should help, because that way you can keep your feet sort of flat, as it were, and parallel to the ground rather than ready to go on a ski jump. But I got a little bit lost, so I've had to come the long way round. But whew, I've earned a sandwich. So yeah. Right, here we go. Okay, one last look before we exit. I know there's a lot of decay in here, but I would say it's quite a gothic wood. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da!